What's up, guys? That really gross guy here. We are back, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the new Warframes that we saw at Tennoncon, as well as several different weapons we can expect here in the near future. And there's a little bit of other stuff going on in here that I would like to talk about as well, which is pretty interesting. It has mostly to do with Railjack, but we'll get into that when we take a look. But anyways, doing lots of videos when it comes to Tennoncon, so feel free to check those out. This will have no deluxe skins in it because I have made a deluxe skin video already, and if you would like to check that out, you can click on the link in the corner or wait around till the end card to see that as well. But jumping on in to our two new Warframes that are coming our way. We have both Gauss, I believe, Gauss? I don't know, Gauss and Garuda. I'm just kidding, it's not Garuda, it's Grendel. Grendel, our new, our chubby boy? Chubby boy. Alright, so, anyways, he's like a gluttony frame, and I love it. But anyways, let's get into it. We have Gauss and Grendel, and they look very, very cool. I don't know if they're going to be releasing very close to each other, but I heard something about these two frames lore-wise are familiar with each other. They're like, I don't know. Anyways, it sounds really interesting. Maybe they're like a tag team duo, at least in their lore, and that would be pretty interesting. But anyways, yeah, it looks absolutely awesome. Gauss is more of a speedy frame, so all you Volt players, you might be really, really excited about this or really nervous about this, because let's see what happens when it comes to speedy boys in Warframe from now on. Maybe we'll see some speed run records broken. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, moving off of Gauss, we're this Grendel. From what I kind of heard, and I think they talked about on Prime Time, that Grendel is more of a gluttonous, like eating frame. Does that make sense? He's supposed to. I mean, there's been no power. They haven't even developed powers for Grendel yet, but they were talking about how he's supposed to be like someone who consumes, and with his ability to consume, he's supposed to be able to either become stronger or utilize certain abilities based on his consumption. I'm not sure. Sounds super cool. You can definitely tell in his aesthetic that there is this kind of consumption theme going on here, gluttony theme, we'll just say, going on here. In fact, I have a little captura for you guys that I personally was able to make while I was up in London, Ontario, visiting the studio with about several of the other partners. But you've probably seen several of these pictures going around Twitter and all over the place of people being able to fashion frame both Gauss and Grendel. So yeah, definitely check out the other partners' pages and Twitters and all that good stuff, and check those out. But I personally chose to captura with Grendel because, big old chunky boy, I thought was pretty interesting for a captura scene, and I went with kind of a darker, kind of stylized picture of Grendel, because I definitely feel like a gluttonous frame has a little bit of like darkness. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty cool, but you can see that here. And getting off of the Warframes specifically, I'm expecting to see these weapon bundles be coming through with these Warframes when they release, and I believe this one that you can see on the screen now is the Sapient Warframe bundle. At least that's how it it's described in this work in progress picture. I believe is going to be set up for Gauss or Gauss, and the Syandana that goes with it as well. But the pistol or pistols remind me of the like the X Stiletto, or if it is going to be a singular pistol, it kind of reminds me of the gun that was released with Korra, the Needler, which isn't the Needler. Anyway, very cool weapon, definitely very interesting because it definitely looks more based on like energy or like blast. I don't know. It looks super cool, and I'm super excited to see what it does. But there's that in the Syandana that I believe is releasing with Gauss, and very cool, very, very cool. Following that, we have the Grendel bundle, and this is going to be the Sayandana, which I think looks pretty cool. Definitely would have to see it on some frames in order for me to really be in love with it. But also along with that, which we've kind of seen at a previous dev stream, is this giant like war club looking deal. Is it what's forgot the proper term for these war clubs. Anyways. Very, very interesting looking. It looks like a bunch of like bladed gears, all assembled onto this giant war club, and I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get my hands on this as well and see what it is capable of doing. But yeah, there's that, looking absolutely stunning. I am so hyped for this stuff, guys. But anyways, jumping off of that, we can still talk about a Warframe. But this one, you guys are probably fully aware, at least if you've recently logged into Warframe. We have Wukong Prime is now in-game and looks... I think he looks great. I do not, at this point, have a video out on Wukong Prime, and you can take a look at that. I do go through and do a little bit of fashion frame type stuff with him as well, but I do something very interesting, in my opinion, when I come around to fashion frame. Is this skin actually looks phenomenal when tied with a Tennoncon skin. If you take the Prime accessories, or the Prime parts that is added with Wukong, and you pair it in with one of our Tennoncon skins, this thing looks phenomenal. So I leave it up to you guys to go check out that video and see this amalgamation, this amazing amalgamation of both the incredible Wukong Prime design with one of my favorite skins, made by one of my favorite creators. So, anyways, among that Wukong Prime, we have a couple weapons, which include the Zhuge Prime as well as the Ninkandi Prime, which both look very interesting as well. We kind of go over those a little bit in the video I mentioned, which has to do with their stats and whatnot. And I think they could potentially be useful. How useful and endgame, I'm not really sure, but anyways, looking good. Among that, in terms of aesthetics, we have number one, this Kubro skin, guys. Oh, this Kubro skin is awesome. Oh my goodness, guys, check this out. This Kubro skin, I absolutely love this skin. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what it's. I had to indulge and pick this bundle up because this Kubro skin is insane, and I absolutely love it. But anyways, getting off of that, the other aesthetically pleasing thing that comes with this is that Sayandana on the back. And it's pretty interesting as well because it is much more solid than many of the other Sayandanas. It's not really rubbery. You'll be able to see that in the video. But yeah, it's a very interesting Sayandana, and I actually think is pretty decent. It's a pretty decent Sayandana that I could definitely see myself using on a few of my different fashion frames. But anyways, off of Wukong Prime, you guys are very familiar with that probably at this point. So I'll move on to what appears to be another weapon, but this is sentient in origin. Actually, multiple weapons sentient in origin. We have what appears to be one of those primary spear weapons, which I totally welcome. I think that would be pretty cool. All sentient in design, and amongst that, it appears as though we have, I believe these are like our operators, like wrist weapons. I believe these are all parts for that. I could be wrong, but I'm totally welcome to that idea that we could be potentially building, sentient-based wrist weapons, for us, which I think would be cool. And then a Sayandana, which I don't know how I feel about it. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Not too gung ho about the current Sayandana that comes with it. Definitely sentient in origin, but I don't know. Personally, okay. And then we're not done with sentient weapons. when it comes to the new war, I believe that this we can see now on the screen, the sentient arm weapon, which we have been waiting for these strange arm weapon things for a little while now, and supposedly this thing is going to come into the game when the new war comes through, and I'm assuming that's because this is going to play a major role in that quest, which I'm all for it. Please, yes, do it and do it well, and I will be giddy with joy, and I'm excited for that. So very, very cool. I don't know what else to say. There's not much information on this thing other than sentient in origin and coming with the new war. So yes, 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 yes. All right. So following that, we don't have too much left, but I think this is very important to kind of cover. And when it comes to Railjack, we should be getting these modular arc wings coming up. And I'm down for it. As long as they make some changes to Arcwing and make it worthwhile and enjoyable. Yeah, throw me some modular Arcwings. Let me customize them. Let me do what I need to do to them to make them have good stats or have certain abilities or whatever that makes me enjoy Arcwing. Then yeah, absolutely, I'm down for it. Bring it on. But of course, we need that rework. We need the changes to Arcwing before you can just throw something like that into the game, and I believe that is their intent. So, anyways, along with that bundle, we have, or along with those modular Arcwings, we do have a Railjack bundle, which is going to tie into Arcwing again, of course. So, we do have this giant glaive melee weapon of doom. I don't know, this thing looks absolutely deadly. I will absolutely take this off your hands so I can slay intergalactic giant enemies in outer space. I'll sure, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then amongst that we have what appears to be a secondary weapon, which I'd love to see what it is capable of and what it can do. I will take it. Like I said, I'm welcome to these additions. And then below that is this just crazy cannon-looking. It almost looks like flowery kind of a design, but they mentioned that this skin or this weapon in particular is going to be like a homing multi-missile launching weapon or something like that. They said something about you're going to be able to hover over enemies and lock on targets, and then when you release the payload of this weapon specifically, it is going to send out missiles or laser projectiles of some kind and lock onto your enemies and destroy them or damage them, at least, hopefully destroy them. And yes, okay, yes, that sounds awesome, and I would love to see that. And then the little Syandana, little attachments as well. It looks like you can also get. It looks like there's a little shoulder piece or chest piece going on there and leg piece. So yeah, we'll get those into the game at some point as well. So I'm down. I'm down. So lastly, this is I'm really excited about, and it seems very minor, but the whole reason why I'm excited about this bundle is because these are Duviri weapons. I'm a little confused on the firearms on the left side because they do look very, very similar in design, which I'm assuming they are basically the same weapon. I'm just curious, are these both work in progress? Is one the primary weapon and the other is like a skin for the weapon? Or, is one a work in progress and the other is a finished version? Is one a prime version, the other is a basic? Which I don't really expect them to release both the prime and normal version at the same time. One, it might be Orokin, like completely Orokin in design, and the other might be like a Duviri, pieced together replica of it or something like that. I don't know. It sounds cool. I'm definitely interested. I don't know how they're going to function yet at this point, but you know what? I don't know. I'm give it to me, please, please, please. Following that, we have, of course, to the right-hand side, what appears to be a giant greatsword, which is very, very interesting. I'm hyped about this because you can tell that the Deviri have a new aesthetic, an aesthetic we haven't seen in the past, and I think it looks really, really cool. It's like this ornate, clean, almost like I don't want to say religious, but I don't know. There's something about this blade that screams like precision and like cleanliness. I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but it looks awesome. The fact that the blade is not all one solid blade is interesting. I don't know if that's going to be a theme amongst the Deviri where they focus on maybe like very lightweight design, or maybe it's all about the aesthetic of the weapon or something like that. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I think this blade looks awesome, and I am really excited to get a new aesthetic in the game for us to play around with. And this great sword, I'm assuming, I like it. I like it a lot. So, yeah, those are the assets we have in terms of Warframes and weapons and all that good stuff. So, very excited about that. I will be doing a video which talks more about like sentient stuff and the tile set stuff, some of the story elements or assets that we saw at Tennoncon as well. I didn't feel like they were really appropriate here because that has to do more with lore and the sentience and stuff like that, the Deviri specifically. So we'll get into that. I also would like to go and check out the cinematics and talk about those and the lore and, really analyze those and speculate on those. So expect that as well. So really, really excited about all this. I hope you guys are as well. Let me know what you are excited about down in the comments below in terms of all of these new assets. And yeah, maybe are you Team Gauss? Are you Team Grendel? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys again in the next episode. Blah.